Hi, I'm Anita with Anita's Creation 633. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some regular white bread, like for sandwiches. It's very simple and it won't take long. The main thing is that it takes two risins, which each risin is an hour. But that gives you time to go do other things that you have to do. So let's get started. Okay. You can do this, excuse me, by hand, but I cut myself and I don't want to contaminate anything. So I'm going to show you how to do it in a mixture like this. So what we're going to start with is some lukewarm water. And you know that the water is warm enough if you can put it on your wrist like you do milk for babies, and it's warm but it's not hot. So okay, let me get the water so we can start it. Okay, and we're going to mix out just a tiny bit, just a little bit, just to kind of break it all up. You also know that the yeast also comes in little envelopes. Just use one of those. You don't have to measure it. Just use one of the little small envelopes. And now we're going to let it rise for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the weather also, and how warm it is in your house. Is depending on how fast it's going to rise to proof. And we'll know that it's proofing when we have a little bit of bubbles forming on the top. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 7 minutes and I'm going to show you what this looks like. See the froth on top of there? That's when you know that the yeast is good. Now if you don't get this, let's say within 10 minutes, you don't see anything coming up, it's that your yeast is not no good and there's no sense in going forward. You throw it away and start over again. Okay? So now let's start adding things. Okay. To this, we're going to add the 2 teaspoons of salt. That's for flavor, and it also slows down the yeast from rising too fast. So, okay, we're going to turn this on slow, and we're going to start adding our flour. A little at a time. Okay, so I've added all of the flour in there. Now we're going to turn it up. And this is where the other cup of flour comes in, because it's still a little too sticky. And we add it a little at a time as needed. You know it's pretty much ready when it starts pulling away from the walls. It's a soft dough, it's not a hard dough. Okay, this is what I was talking about, that when it's ready, see how it's pulled away from the walls and everything? It's stuck mainly on the hook. Alright, that's when we know that it's ready. Give me a second, let me get it out of there so you can see it. Okay, so we're going to spread just a little bit of flour. We're going to take the dough out. See, it's tacky. It's not really sticky, but it's tacky. And that's perfect. Don't put too much flour. We don't want to overdo it. Pulling it like this. This is what it looks like after I knead it for a few minutes. Very soft. All you have to do is keep working it just a little bit. And it's ready. So now what to do, take the same bowl, still have what was left, put a little bit of oil in it. Take the dough, drop it in there, push it down a little bit, flip it over, so that way the oil gets on both sides, and that's so it doesn't dry out when it's rising. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a wet towel and cover it. Just a second. Okay, I ran it under some hot water. And now we're going to cover it. That helps keep the heat in to let it rise a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to stick it in the microwave for an hour and then we'll come back. Okay, I've taken the bread out, well, the dough. And so you can see it rose twice the size it was. So now what we have to do is take your hand and punch it. Take all the air out of it. Just like that. It's beautiful dough. Okay. So what we're going to do now, wipe my hands a little bit. We're going to take some spray, or you can use oil. Let me wipe my hands a little bit because it's slippery. Okay. Take you a bread pan. Hands are still sticky. I mean slippery. And spray it so it doesn't stick. Okay? Then you're going to take your dough, stretch it out a little bit. You see that? I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. And we're going to put it inside of the pan. Just like that. Even it out a little bit. There we go. And now, again, we're going to wait. We're going to put it back in the microwave. Don't turn it on. And we're going to let it rise without the towel this time for another hour. And then I'll be back. Okay, this is after an hour. It's risen. It's popped over the top. We're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. And I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Let's get the bread out. Look at that. And you can tell the bread is done when you can hear it. That doesn't mean that the inside is going to be hard. It's just that the crust outside is hard. So what we're going to do, we're going to let it cool down. But before it does that, I like to put a little butter on the top of it. Just like that. All the way around. Just like that. Okay, so I got another one that I have to cook, and I have a total of 6 different breads, which I have 2 of the regular white bread. I'm going to be making 2 of the cinnamon nut bread and banana bread, 2 of each. So I gotta get busy, and we'll be able to taste this in about 10 minutes. You have to let it cool down a little bit. Okay, so once it cools down, I will show you the product. Okay, the bread has cooled enough to where we can get it out of the pan. You just flip it over. Look how easy that came off. And we flip it back over. And we're going to let it continue to cool. And remember how hard and how it hurt? You could hear the dull sound. Well, now it's, look, soft. Look at that. So we're going to let it cool just a little bit longer, and then we'll take a slice. Okay? Okay, there's our bread. Let's get us a slice. Look at that. Oh my goodness, and look. Okay. Let's do the bad thing, which is add some more butter to it. Okay. Here we go. Nice, hot, homemade bread right out of the oven. You can't beat this. Anything you can get at the store, and you know exactly what's in it. It's a must try. You'll never want to buy bread from a store again. This is Anita with Anita's Creations 633. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you made the bread. Like I said, I'm going to be making more breads, and I will be recording them. So look for them very soon. So God bless each and every one of you, and Merry Christmas.